Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Oh yeah, it's that time. Let's read your comments on the video with the live feed with Kyle and Ethan. Oh, I'm sure these are going to be lovely. So let's get into this. I listened to this again, and Ethan made the point for why you shouldn't listen only to people that have licenses. If the IQD goes up, they'll have to sell it for dollars to protect the dollar. Why? If the IQD goes up, that's good for Iraq. Why should Iraq give a fat flip about protecting the dollar? One reason would be the petrodollar, but I'll continue. They should be focusing on building their own economies and currency. And his assumption that the Iraq will never ever revalue, that's just nonsense. If governments can value, devalue, revalue their currencies, and the U.S. has already revalued gold in the past, where does he get the misguided thought process that the IQD will never revalue? Ethan explained it a little bit, so I listened to what he had to say. I listened to what Kyle had to say. That doesn't mean I agreed with him. As a matter of fact, during the interview, I explained why I thought the Iraqi dinar would go up in value. But, I want to listen to what they have to say. Some things that you should take in consideration. That doesn't mean it's going to happen one way or another. They're just saying these are things you should take in consideration. These are issues that's been going on for quite some time. This is one of y'all's best videos. Solid opinions, great points of view. Just all around great video. Thanks. Appreciate that, James. Acknowledge that I made a mistake investing in an IQD, Kyle. Mistake? Nope. See, this is one thing I don't understand. You can go cash your IQD back in and get your money back. How is it a waste of money if you can cash it back in and get back maybe around 80 to 90% of your money back if the dinar goes up in value and in increments? You can go cash it in and make a small profit. How is it a waste of money? You heard them both say, they're not saying that the Iraqi dinar is a scam. What they said, it won't revalue to that ridiculously high exchange rate that these content creators are lying to you about, saying it's going to be at the 322 rate. But he never said it wouldn't go up in value. So you guys are not listening to what they're saying. Can Ethan explain how before the CB came in, we never had inflation problems or crashes and for a financial expert, you think he'd know when the gold window was closed. Kyle needs a new financial partner. This guy isn't it. As far as the central bank coming in to the United States, so there definitely was issues in our whole finance system prior to the central bank coming in. But the central bank didn't make it any better. We obviously had a lot more crashes after that. But you also got to remember that us getting financed for the Civil War caused our financial system to be very unstable. We just need truth, and that comes from personal studies and in collaborations with others. More people on the same accord is better than being in the wilderness alone. So let's talk. I like that. I like that a whole lot. That's the thing. People don't want to hear other people's opinions unless they're blowing smoke up your ass. They want to hear all the good hopium stuff. They don't want to hear anything that's going to help educate them or give them a better understanding of what the heck is really going on. They don't. They just go, you don't know what you're talking about, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Thank you, Pimpy. Love you, man. I appreciate that. Maybe Kyle should take Pimpy's stance and be open to learning something new, like the dinar. Maybe he does actually know more about it than Pimpy. He may not have more knowledge specifically in Iraqi dinar, but definitely he has a background in finance. I'm a person who's self-taught and have been studying Iraqi dinar since I got involved. But I can promise you this, in the Iraqi dinar community, there absolutely, positively is nobody more knowledgeable than I am. I don't care who you think they are. That even includes crappa baloney. They don't have any knowledge in this, and I challenge them all the time to come on my channel. They won't show up. They just won't. I wish we could figure out how us, the people that hold the dinar, could talk together. If there is a way, let me know. If wanted to talk to the dinar folders for years. Dinar holders, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm actually trying to work on this. As soon as I figure something out, I'll let you know. Your point about BRICS and not trusting China or Russia, and Russia has never kept any of its agreements. I meant to say, actually, not that Russia has never kept any of their agreements. I heard me say that. What I meant to say is China has never kept any of their agreements. If someone has been patiently waiting for 15 years, is that an overnight? No. That's definitely not overnight. 1839 is the teller. Ethan just said it. Hang on, folks. What? Kyle, you're not saying the dinar is a scam, are you? No, he's not saying the dinar is a scam. He said first to be clear something up, and that is the dinar itself is not a scam. It's a real currency. What he was saying is a scam is content creators promising and making claims every week that the dinar is going to RV to a 322 rate. That's what he's talking about. That's a scam. It's a national currency and used every day. The scam is a belief is going to rise to the value overnight. A nation's currency isn't a scam. Yeah, he made that point. He acts like Iraq is broke, but yet the U.S. holds $100 billion in oil revenues in New York, then thought they could keep it. The Federal Reserve holds all of Iraq's revenues. Literally. I like you, Pimpy, and your channel, and I definitely think that you're very honest with us about the Iraqi investment. But now I'm confused why you have a channel about Iraqi dinars if you think it will never RV. I never said it will never RV. You'll never get a video of me saying the Iraqi dinar will never RV. You guys, I swear, man, you guys watch the videos and you get all the wrong information. I never said it wouldn't RV. I'm the guy that keeps saying that it's going to go up in increments. When the guy Ethan said it will never RV, you never disagreed with him. So are you misleading also by having a channel about Iraqi dinars that you will never RV? They didn't say it wouldn't RV. But for content creators to claim that it's going to be the exchange rate of 322 overnight is absolutely wrong. That's what he says is a scam. Plus, you keep saying overnight. I don't think that waiting 12 years is overnight. That's how long I have personally held dinar, and I'm just waiting till it happens. Yeah, when I say overnight, I'm talking about the way the content creators present the Iraqi dinar. You know, they've been doing it for years. It's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen this weekend. That's what I'm referring to. I'm just, again, making a general statement based on all these false promises these guys make. I've been in this investment since 2010, and it's clear that the Iraq will not raise the value till they're made to. I don't know so much if anybody's going to make them do it. There's, again, a lot of factors that involve that most people in the dinar community, including content creators, are not even aware of. I never had much faith in and of the so-called gurus, but I did think Pimpy was a cut above. Now I see Pimpy is just a sellout and goes the way of the highest bidder. Who did I sell out to? And who is the highest bidder because they owe me money? Seriously. Pimpy, I was very disappointed at you with the video. Why? Because you hardly did any pushback in it at all. Well, it was an interview, not a debate. And I've had plenty of people complain all the time when I'm interviewing with people, since I'm having them on the interview, I should let them speak. The last couple of interviews I did, I actually sat back and did more listening than talking because I don't want to talk over to people because that's what I do. So again, it was an interview, not a debate. But in that video, I did make it clear that I feel like the Iraqi dinar is going to go up in increments. And even Ethan and Kyle said talking about going up in increments is possible and debatable. But the idea of the 322 rate happening overnight, that's what they're saying is a scam. I mean, I make videos about the Iraqi dinar talking about what needs to be done for it to increase in value, things that need to be accomplished, what has been done, what hasn't been done, debunking all the idiotic things that you hear from other content creators. So all that should be sufficient enough for people to realize that I absolutely believe that the Iraqi dinar will increase in value over time. But just because they don't believe in it, that doesn't mean I don't. But I wasn't there to argue. I really was genuinely interested in hearing what they had to say. But obviously there's a no-win situation here. Either I'm not talking enough or I'm talking too much. If I was someone who was on the fence with the dinar investment and I just watched this video, I would dump my dinar as quickly as possible. Not because of what Kyle or his buddy said, but because you seemed like you were actually siding with them with the fact that this is a weak endeavor to even invest in these days. Call this fan of yours disappointed. Well, show me the part in the video where I was siding with them. I was just saying, yes, that I understood what you were saying. Not that I agreed with what they were saying. Hey P, I left all my comments on Pimpy's channel. Really enjoyed. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you. Not everybody gets it. You said it would never happen. Not in our lifetime. Your words to me. Oh, definitely not me. I never ever said that. Why is Ethan hiding his face? Most likely because YouTube is an ugly community. If they don't like what you said, there's a lot of crazy people out there that, might stalk Ethan and give him shit. Who knows? Ethan appears uneducated on the IQD. They might not be as savvy about what's going on with the IQD specifically. But again, their background is in finance and they do understand the ins and outs of, what gives currencies a value and what's going on with the economy in general. So that's definitely where they would have a foot up. Since Kyle and Ethan are both uneducated on the dinar, Pimpy has some of a clue, but doesn't read all the news. I don't need to read all the news. All I do is focus on what matters, man. People always talk about the BIS and the IMF and the World Bank and all blah, blah, blah. That's exactly where I get all my information from. I do regurgitate the news like everybody else and give my opinion, but I guarantee there's nobody in the dinar community that knows more than I do. Absolutely, positively. And if you think somebody's out there and they want to come on my show and have a conversation, I'm more than happy to have them on. But I guarantee a bunch of pumpers out there blowing smoke up your ass absolutely doesn't know more than I do. I honestly think that the hour was a waste of time to listeners. No, actually, a lot of people really liked it. Just because you don't agree with what people say, that doesn't mean you have to not listen to them. I mean, just hear what they have to say. Whether you agree with them or not, it's up to you. After listening to Kyle, I personally wouldn't take any advice. I love how you guys go straight to the personal attacks against people because they don't blow smoke up your butt or agree with you. Some people agree with it, some people don't. Some people agree with the value of gold and silver, some people don't. You know what I mean? There's always going to be a difference of opinion on subject matters that we speak about. It's not a scam, guys. If it's a scam, then why are they still using dinar in Iraq? Again, nobody said the Iraqi dinar is a scam. That's not what they're saying is a scam. What they're saying is a scam is the content creators who keep making false claims that it's going to RV overnight to a 322 rate. Sorry, PB, seems like they kicked your ass on nearly every subject. But it's not a debate, guys. It's an interview, which is different. I wanted to hear what they have to say, so I just listened. Yeah, Pimpy, if I were you, I'd get out if you don't believe in it. Believe in what? Oh, the IQD? Yeah, again, you're not listening. Yeah, Pimpy did a lot of ass kissing, and Ethan was a chicken shit to show his face. See, this is exactly why he doesn't show his face. Comments like that, you have to question what are people's motives. Why do you have to see his face? You weren't there to stare at him. You were there to listen to him. Do believe the only people making money on the dinar are the sellers. Seems one can only get dinar at double or more the exchange rate. This happens every day. Yeah, they definitely make a pretty big chunk of money. My dear sweet Pimpy, you need to do an interview with Mark Z. I've contacted Mark and asked him if he wanted to do an interview. And at one time he was about to do it, but then I said something about him in an interview and his little feelings got hurt. And yeah, that was it. He didn't want to do it. Look, Mark Z is not ballsy enough to do an interview with me, man. Seriously. Okay, don't worry about the rate. My concern may be possible to trade on the Forex anytime soon. So on the Forex, again, there's some steps that need to be taken. I did a video explaining how that can happen. But what people need to be concerned about is the Iraqi dinar is not on a SWIFT system. And so somebody said, Pimpy, can you do a video telling us what Iraq needs to do to get back on the SWIFT system? And that's one of the sanctions that is against Iraq. And that's a biggie, because once they get on the SWIFT system, that's going to be one of the bigger hurdles for Iraq to get over. So I will do a video about that. Kyle and your buddy own a sheesh pile of dinar, in my opinion, both do. The question is, who's paying them both to be negative about the IQD? You both don't even make common sense. Thank you for opening my eyes to people like you both. Kyle, why don't you ask the U.S. Treasury and SEC what they think about the IQD? Funny stuff. Hope everyone that reads this understand it's the best thing since sliced bread. In my opinion, stay positive, folks. So I guess, Kyle, you and Ethan are making some money off this being negative. Where the hell's my cut, man? Seriously. And apparently you got a phone number directly to the U.S. Treasury and SEC. This is what I'm talking about. This is the funny thing about people in the dinar community. Your thinking process. This is all that brainwashing you guys got. That anybody who don't agree with you must be a black hat, cabal. They're being paid by somebody to be negative. Oh, man, that shit is so funny. Do you remember when you said it was going to be $1.31 8 years ago? So you were clueless then, right? First of all, I've only been on YouTube for 4.5 years, not 8 years. I don't ever say that this is going to be the rate. No, what that was, the $1.31 rate was, we were missing information for us to calculate what Iraq has to support an exchange rate. And after doing all the calculations, I came up with $1.31. I said Iraq can support a $1.31 exchange rate if they sold all their foreign assets and sold all their gold. That's what I said. I never said it was going to be $1.31. I was explaining to you that Iraq had enough in reserve dollars as well as gold to support a $1.31 exchange rate. That's what I did. I love how I say something. You guys go, you said it was going to be this rate. No, I was showing you that Iraq had enough in assets to support a $1.31 exchange rate. Pay attention, you guys. Pay attention. Yes, I remember that. Do you? Because then you're not remembering it correctly. I first found him in 2019, and he was showing an old Shabibi video implying that it would RV soon, just like the other pumpers. Nope, I never said that. Never. The whole point of the Dr. Shabibi wasn't to say that I was going to RV, was to prove to people that those who are in the know, like Dr. Shabibi, what the exchange rate is going to be, will not talk about it. Dr. Shabibi was asked a question about where the direction of the IQD was going to be. He said, even if he knew, he couldn't tell you. That was the purpose of the Dr. Shabibi video. Pay attention. Also quoted 5 to 10 cents for the dong back then, claims he doesn't do rates now. I never ever made any prediction on rates. Nowadays, he's implying that they have no incentive to increase their currency. Kind of changed his mind on that one as well, I guess. Just because I said that Vietnam is export country and they don't appear to have an incentive to want to increase the exchange rate, that doesn't mean I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just saying to you, it's a tough hill to climb. Index life insurance. You're not in the stock market. You're tied to it most years. I make 12%. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. It's my own personal bank. Joe, we have to talk one of these times about that. I'm curious about some information on that. Kyle's waking up. It will revalue, not just overnight. You're all over the map there, Trey. But it appears you heard what Kyle said. And Kyle said that these content creators saying 322, that's what he's saying is a scam. But the idea of it going up in increments is debatable, but it's not going to happen overnight. At least Trey caught some of that. I don't know, they could be right, and this will never happen. Hope they're wrong, though. None of us said that the Iraq would not increase in value. What we're saying that will never happen is the reinstatement of the 322 rate. Who bought it yesterday and expected to go up tomorrow morning? Yes, that would be overnight. But if you bought it 10, 15 years ago, that's not overnight. No, that's definitely not overnight. USAS says, no, end of story. Trump back in, tiny window. Well, because Trump has so many dinars. So that just bruises it. You're a bot that owns dinar. Okay. You said it was going to $1.31 within a year. Never said within a year. Never, ever did I say that. What were you doing then? Just trying to get YouTubers to follow? False statement? I never said that. And I already explained where the $1.31 rate comes from. He kisses their arse. Yeah, sure, that's what was going on. You mean I was just listening? Nothing is never, ever. And the stock market is only a number on a piece of paper. Yep, and the U.S. is in the shitter. And it's worse than 10 years ago. At least Iraq has oil to sell. We don't have shit in the U.S. to sell, so your supply and demand theory sucks. Do better than that. You're a financial advisor, right? They're talking about Iraq's supply and demand, not the USA's. And in case you forgot, when Trump was in office, we were the #1 exporters of energy. How disappointing. Pimpy is a nut, and so are you. Yes, you found me out. Thank you for the thumbs up. Something else I should add is Mark Z always talks about Reno. And I live in Reno. And I've been in every bank. And nobody knows anything about the dinar. That's because the whole Reno story is a bullshit story. All right. Why did you say Jeff? Jeff has been wrong for 10 years. That is funny. So what do you get from all this? Well, you get all pissy. And you jump to conclusions without hearing all the details. Anyways, I appreciate you guys chiming in. I'll catch you later. I am out.